Okay, let's look at the homework 2.4, 2.5, number 6. All right, looks like we have a rational function, and we have to answer a bunch of questions about it. All right, so let's do that. First one, we have to find X intercepts. All right, so let's do that. All right, so if you want to find the X intercept, we need to set y equal to 0, right? So set y equal to 0. Just set the whole function equal to 0. So seems like you have a 5x over x plus 4, and we set this equal to 0, right? But all you really have to do is make sure that the numerator is 0, because the denominator cannot make the whole fraction equal to 0. Numerator does. So it's going to be 5x equal to 0, right? But we can isolate x by just divide through by 5, right? So x equals 0, right? So it seems like x equals 0 is the y-intercept, right? So, sorry, x-intercept. So x-intercepts are, there's only one of them. So type in 0, right? Let's check. Right, got that. Next question. We have to find y-intercept, all right? So we can do that. Y-intercept. If you want to find y-intercept, then we're gonna set x equal to 0, right? So we just plug in 0 for x. So f of 0 is going to be 5 times 0. So every time you see x, we put a 0 there. So it's going to be 0 plus 4 on the bottom. But you can see that the numerator is 0, so it's 0. All right, so y-intercept is also 0 too. So go over there and type in 0. All right, and check. All right, got that. All right, what's the next question? Continue. All right, determine the domain of f of x. All right, so let's do that. All right, so if you want to find a domain, so domain, and this is part B, right? And we just have to remember that whenever you have a fraction, say 1 over something, numerator has to be, I meant the denominator has to be non-zero, right? So in this case, denominator is x plus 4, right? So we don't want this to be 0, so it's not equal to 0, right? So we can solve this just like equality. So subtract 4 from both sides. So you can see that the x is not equal to negative 4, right? So it cannot be equal to negative 4. So I'll go back. All right, so domain is all real numbers. Let's see, domain is all real numbers except for negative 4. Negative 4 is the only bad number. All right, check your answer. All right, got that. All right, part C. What are the vertical asymptotes? All right, so vertical asymptotes, let's find that. So if you want to find the vertical asymptotes, right? Right, if you want to find a vertical asymptote, make sure that the first step would be make sure that if you have a common factor on top and bottom, then cancel them out first. In this case, there's no common factor between the numerator and denominator, so we can just set the denominator equal to 0. So denominator is x plus 4 equal to 0. All right, so we can just subtract 4 just like before. X equals negative 4. Right, so this is the equation of the vertical asymptotes. Right, so let's go back and check. Right, x equals negative 4. Right, check the answer. Right, got that right. Right, Now, what is the horizontal asymptote? All right, so to do that, so if you want to find the horizontal asymptote, so horizontal asymptote, all right, we just need to look at the degree on top. You can see that degree on top is 1, and the degree on the bottom is also 1, so there's a tie. So it's going to be y equals, right, leading coefficient is 5, so it's going to be 5 on top, and the leading coefficient is actually 1, so it's 1, right? So of course y equals 5 is the equation of the horizontal asymptote. So let's put that in. Y equals 5, right? Then check the answer. All right, got that. All right, let's see, continue. All right, so we have that. All right, so we have to look for the correct picture. All right, so looks like, let's see, you have a -4, so -4 vertical asymptote there, but it looks like a horizontal asymptote is some negative because below the x-axis, so this is not going to be it. All right, so it looks like this is the vertical asymptote at the right place, and its horizontal asymptote is right place. Oh, actually, let's see. Yeah, it is the right place. So it looks like 5 there. All right, so this is promising. Let's look at this one. This one is definitely not right because vertical asymptote is on the positive side, and this is not going to be right. So it seems like this is the only one. All right, so let's check the answer. All right, so that's it. All right, anything else? All right, so that's it. I hope that this was clear.